the reason I liked Cactus was because I think the tool would help a lot of beginners or people who are looking to add on to the portfolio, kind of a beginner stage, and even people who have big portfolios. Like I've worked with a couple developers or wholesalers to help build out everything. So this is like the homepage for the quick analysis tool. So you go in, you can drop in, like we'll do a self-storage facility because I have an OM I've been using a lot. So yeah, you can drop in an OM, as you can see, like a pitch deck, appraisal, drop in whatever. If you have like a listing for like a Loopnet or Crexy or any listing, you drop that in, and then there's a manual input that you can do. I've done that for like off-market deals that I've been throwing in there to kind of see if they pencil out. So you drop that in, the AI pulls out all the data we'll need to pull out like NOI, vacancies, stuff like that. And it just takes, like you can see the bar right here, it takes usually 30 seconds depending on.
I mean, it would take you longer than that to type this shit out anyway, right? Like this is solid.
And yeah, like for me at least, I use a spreadsheet, like we talked about this earlier, James. Like, yeah, just typing in numbers, praying one of the cells doesn't screw up so everything works.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you can see in here, it will pull out like from the OM all the data we'll need just to run this deal quickly. So we continue through here. We'll pull up to the acquisitions page. So it pulls out the purchase price. You can go through, and obviously this is different for like if you've seen the facility or not, but you can just add, let's say this one is a nicer one, but let's say you wanted to throw in like a nice gate or something. You can just type in your numbers here. And this works for multifamily or residential or self-storage. So any commercial or residential. You plug in this right here. Kind of cool. You can do like adjust that to what's common. And then right here, this is a beta feature, so it shoots out a cap rate of this, but they're working on it so where it can kind of determine like depending on market. So if you're in like where my facility's at, it's smaller, so it's probably gonna be a higher cap rate than say in New York City or Los Angeles.
Yeah, fair enough. That's really neat. So that's right now that's actual based off of NOI and like purchase. Okay, and then they're hoping to go into like a projected value or like estimated value based off of market data.
Yeah, so they're working on the back end, the modeling right now to be market specific. So yeah, we come to the operational, and it shows like it'll pull it right out of the pro forma, the potential. And then it has like the vacancies right now, the annual expenses. Now, obviously, this can go back and forth. Like annual expenses, no one's going to be able to run the facility the same as you. It's going to be individual. So if you just want to put like, it's like 35%. Anyone who's in the space knows it's usually between 35 and 40%. CapEx, you put that in. Growth, let's say you're going to outrun inflation. This is cool right here. If you're doing a value add, this is super cool. You can like add by year so-and-so, like, okay, we're going to get this filled out. So let's say this facility was at like 50% or it's kind of a new development. You could go through and add like your projections here. And then the model at the end will look different. But just for right now, we're going to keep moving forward. So it pulls up the financing you're going to need. So this interest rate right here is pulled straight from the Fed here in the States. So obviously, if you're in Canada, you plug that in, whatever. So let's
we're seeing about the same. Yeah, we're seeing about the same stuff right now.
Sick. So you can do that. You can do it in dollars, or you can do the loan amount. I mean, what's standard up in Canada?
You're talking about loan to cost, like ratios. It's like 70% loan to value, typically. Okay. If you're doing financing, it's typically based on loan to cost, not loan to value. So, in this case, it's already built. It'd probably be loan to value based on appraisal. So I'd say 70 is pretty fair. You probably want to plan for that.
So yeah, I mean, you can screw around with that all you want. Like if you're doing 80-20, whatever. Uh, but then you come in here, and this is cool. So just to get IRR, you have to have an ending holding period. So it automatically plugs in 10 years, but obviously if you're looking to, you can put in longer. Let's say you do some improvements, your exit year is going to be 7.5, closing cost is still 4%. This is my favorite part of it right here. So if you're going through a ton of deals, like your deal flows real good, you can automatically add in a criteria. So if you want your cash on cash to be X amount, let's say an equity multiple of, say it's a bigger project, 2.5, or whatever your criteria is, going to be different for everyone. You plug that in, and then you go to the result page, and it will pull up right here. So it shows, oh, at this, you're not going to be able to hit your number. So if you're presenting to investors, whatever, you can come over here and slide the bar and then save it. So like it will adjust all your returns so you can see it firsthand, really cool. And then you can save it right here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Pretty quick to go through. I mean, we've been recording this one for, I don't know, couple minutes, right?
Yeah.
Nothing too intense.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. It helps you rip through deals. You can go through here, see profitability. It shows all the schedules and whatnot. So total investment, return. It builds out debt schedules for you, and then price sensitivity is like based on that cap. Something that's real cool right now is the market analysis page. So it pulls all the data from the census from your zip code. So you get all the population, education, crime rate, and then as well it does some comparison through Google Ads. So you can see like in this area what these facilities are looking like if they have horrible reviews. So that helps you just not having to look through that. And then,
that's awesome.
Yeah, if you're working let's say you're doing this, you can send this over to a banker with this link, or you can download it into an Excel spreadsheet and get all those numbers so you can tweak it yourself. Or you could share this to like investors. But once you get used to the tool, like typical is 3 minutes to run through a deal, and then you have all that numbers, and then kind of saves you some time and gives you a better idea of what, hey, is this even worth pursuing?
Yeah, you can get this relatively automated then as well, right? Even if you end up outsourcing this type of acquisition steps to a VA or something like that, your criteria are built in. They just have to input the data, and they can go through, maybe 100 a day or something like that.
Yeah, so that's the real goal of the quick analysis tool, is to be able to just go through deals. Is like, is this worth pursuing? Mm-hmm. And then for beginners, I have some buddies that are actually using it to present to the bank, because you can get all this and share it to them, and it's in a digestible format, so you don't have to
and then for people using it, is there like a free trial period? Is there like a free period, or there's a cost associated with it? How does it work for everyone? No,
definitely. So we actually launched a couple weeks ago. Cactus did. Wow. So it's like relatively new, so we're definitely giving out a free trial. It's 7 days, and then afterwards pricing, it is expensive. So it's $87 a month if you pay for the whole year up front, and then it's just $125 if you want to go month to month.
Got it. And is there any I just want to run this deal type of thing, like one time $10 or something like that?
Not yet. That's definitely something we can mention to the guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, as for right now, it's just there's no limits of how much you can use it. I mean,
in the first few days or whatever. Yeah, that's great. No, it's really awesome. I like how fast it is, and for me, when I'm getting these OMs, it's such a pain in the ass to read through them sometimes. Yeah. So like, just slamming it into something that can extract it. I've been using ChatGPT to try and help me, expedite some of that stuff. Like, I front load it with saying like, acting as an acquisitions manager for a self-storage REIT, given like these few criteria, can you review this offering memorandum and tell me if it's good? But it doesn't give this type of resolution. It just tells me, like, it's like a kind of a back of the napkin should I even open this email type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But this is great. Like it's almost the same amount of time to go through there. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's super fast. I mean, obviously, and the models on the back end are being built by, so both the founders ran a $2 billion fund out of Canada for resident or for commercial real estate. So all the models, you can trust that they're not just being like modeled by some random person. Like they actually have experience in the
that's good
in the industry, and yeah, so they can.
No, that's awesome, Stevie. I appreciate that, and I think people will get a lot of value from it. Thank you for sharing and taking the time.
Of course.